everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 3. Before we get started, we need to jump right into this, actually. So let's go ahead and talk to Lucy West, and that's because she's moving.
Nice to see you.
I wanted to talk to her just to see if there's anything to finish up with that last quest we did in the last episode, Blood Ties. What's the word around town? And I have to go. Okay, so I guess there's not. Alright, you can go back on your way, Lucy West. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so we need to do 3 things. That was actually the first thing. So we need to do 2 more things before we jump into this episode. And one of those things is we need to go find the hollowed out rock, which a lot of you guys have been telling me about. I actually already knew about it. I just temporarily forgot about it, but basically it's this hollowed out rock in the back of Megaton that contains a sniper rifle, and I've mentioned I want to use sniper rifles in this playthrough. I want to be like a sneaky assassin guy using a sniper rifle, so that's what we're going to go procure right now, and that hollowed out rock is going to be in the back of Megaton, and it should be pretty easy to find if I remember where it is. Let's see, so let's take a look at the world map. Let's take a look at the local map. There's the front of Megaton. It should be right here around the back. So let's go ahead and place a marker. And let's just circumvent Megaton really quickly. You'll also know there's a dude out there with a Brahmin, a pack Brahmin. Those are traders that will make rounds to the various different towns and cities in the capital wasteland. And you can buy from them, and like every day it changes who's there and whatever. Alright. So you can actually see Megaton through these grates and stuff, which is kind of cool, considering normally Bethesda games, they sort of blur out the, you know, like when you're on the outside trying to look in a place, there's usually a wall like this, like in Oblivion. If you were to be inside of a house, usually you can't see out of the house. And I remember there was some mod where you could. Okay, so let's take care of this mole rat. And as you can probably tell, we really need to upgrade our weapons anyways. We don't really have that many good weapons. And we're still using the first pistol here from Vault 101. So I think I heard one more thing behind me. Am I right? Yes, okay, so 3 mole rats. And I think there's dogs that come too if you try and get this thing. So there we go, a critical strike. That's always nice to see. Alright, so what we're looking for is a rock surrounded by 3 cut trees, if I remember right. That's what it looks like. Alright, let's take care of this guy too. And I think we also might be attacked by dogs as well. Alright, there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead. And you'll also notice in the bottom right it says condition, or CND. That is the condition of our weapon, and as it gets lower and lower, it will start to jam frequently. And most weapons in Fallout 3 start at a very low condition. It is extremely rare to find a weapon with a good condition. But you can. Okay, so let's see here. Let's take a look at our local map. We can't see anything. I don't know who that is. And I forgot to turn off notifications. Okay, so I think it's actually right here. Let's go ahead and go in here. Not that. Ruining the Let's Play, buddy. Oh my god, so he's going to do this non-stop. Yep. That was a mistake. I usually set myself to busy so you don't get these sort of things. I might just have to go ahead and fix that if he persists. But yeah, that's never a thing to do. I mean, all that makes you seem like is annoying. Like, you don't want to do that sort of stuff. But the rock should be over here, I think. Somewhere around here. Let's see. Yeah, let me go ahead and take care of this. This is really annoying. Alright, I've set myself to busy, thank God. And the combat music is going on. And I'm not seeing... Okay, there's Red Blip. Oh, it's a Protectron. Okay, yeah, we're not even going to bother with that guy. Alright, this might be it, actually. I see a rock around 3 sticks. So if we walk up to it, hollowed out rock, yes. Okay, we have 308 caliber rounds, which is the rounds that sniper rifles use. We have a thing here as requested, totally forgot about that. A sniper rifle, a stealth boy, which will make you go invisible, and 2 stim packs. So quite helpful for the beginning of our journey. Let's go ahead and take a look at that note that we just got. S, here's that stuff you wanted. If anyone asks where you got it, say it was a gift from your grandma. Happy hunting, E. And I'm not sure the significance of that. Maybe you could find out, or maybe it's just supposed to be its own standalone Easter egg. I don't know. Now there's one more thing I wanted to do, but I can't quite remember. I know it was in Megaton. Well, let's head back into Megaton because that's where we need to go anyways for what I want to do next. What was the last thing that I wanted to do? I know there was 3 things. Talk to Lucy West, get the sniper rifle, and there's one other thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll remember it. For the meantime, let's go ahead and head back into Megaton because I want to complete the Wasteland Survival Guide quest, which is Moira Brown's quest. So, to To do that, we need to head back to the Crater Side Supply, which is her shop. Oh, yes, I remember what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's go, and this is a little bit tricky, so we're going to need to save beforehand, but let's go ahead and go to Moriarty's Saloon. A lot of people wanted me to detonate the bomb, which is funny. I told you guys I'm not going to play an evil character, and that would be the epitome of evil. In fact, I think you get the most negative karma if you do that. I think it's like negative 1,000. And also, I like Megaton. I don't want to remove it, because if that happens, well, I won't spoil it for people that want to do it that way and that haven't played this game. But let's just say if we want Megaton around, we definitely don't, in its current state, we don't want to blow it up, obviously. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to head back in here and, okay, well, I was looking for Mr. Burke, but it looks like he's not in here, which means he might be in the, either he might have just left because we completed that quest and we didn't do it the way that he wanted to, or he might be in his house, which should be down there. Let's just do some parkour here. Didn't even take 1 ounce of fall damage. So this is his house, but it's always locked. Yeah, very hard. Okay, I guess he just left town. I don't know. But basically what happens if you go to Mr. Burke after you do this quest and you tell him that you didn't do it the way that he wanted you to, if you didn't blow up the bomb, Lucas Sims, or if you tell Lucas Sims, he'll come and try to arrest Mr. Burke, but Mr. Burke will try to kill him. And you can act and save Lucas Sims, or you can just watch Lucas Sims die. But yeah, that's one other thing you can do. Okay, let's head back to the Crater Side Supply. And let's get started on Chapter 2 of the Wasteland Survival Guide.
Hey, don't mind the smell.
Okay, I'm ready to start researching the next chapter.
The second chapter is going to be a bit trickier, I think. It'll cover how to handle creatures out there, for better or worse. For example, repelling mole rats, learning about Mirelurks, and when all else fails, how to handle being injured. So let's buckle down and get to work on this chapter. What's first?
Okay, so I think the injury one is pretty much a free one, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to hate myself for this, but what do you mean about handling injury?
Well, I never get to study anyone who's severely injured. Not without them crying to be fixed right away or trying to bleed out and all that. But obviously, you can handle a lot of abuse. So if I'm ever going to find a good example of human anatomy and injury resistance, it'd be you. Next time you get badly injured, return here so I can examine you before I heal you up. I mean, you're going to get yourself hurt anyway, right?
I guess I'll get hurt eventually. Might as well come here when I do.
Wow, what a great research assistant you are. I mean, really, that's dedication. Demonstrating how to withstand pain by getting injured? Wow. When you're ready, come back here with some serious injuries. Maybe a crippled limb or two, and I'll take notes and fix you up. I'll be waiting here with plenty of bandages for you, so don't worry. Just go get horribly injured. Oh, and be careful.
Alrighty, so I think, yes. Okay, so the baseline quest objective is to get to 50% health, and also there's an optional one to receive a crippling injury. And you don't have to go out and do that. The easiest way, I guess you could also use a grenade on yourself or a mine, but the way I've always done it is to simply fall and take limb damage from our feet. So let's see, where's the perch that I usually get up to? It might be overlooking Moriarty, or overlooking Megaton from Moriarty's Saloon. So let's head back, or let's head up to Moriarty's Saloon, jump on the rail, and look basically like a suicide jumper, but not really, because it's all in the name of a quest. Alright. Now you gotta be careful that you don't actually die by just falling to your death. So let's go ahead and save, because that's a very real possibility. And also you'll notice that it says Jack level 5 dignitary. There's all these different names that you get depending on what your moral standings are. Okay, so this should take me below 50% health, or just flat out kill me. That's always an option. Alright, let's try that again, this time without jumping for that extra verticality. Okay, so let's just walk off, and we still die. Wonderful. Okay, so I actually just realized that you don't take much leg damage when you fall. Now, I did get down to 50% health, but I always want to do those bonus objectives. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to back to the Crater Side Supply and buy an explosive from Moira Brown.
How do you feel?
Hello. Yeah, okay. Let's go to, let me see what you have for sale, and hopefully she does have a grenade. Okay, she does. Good. I think a mine would do the trick because mines seem to cripple your legs quite a bit. So let's go ahead and buy 2 of those.
Good hunting.
Thank you. Now let's go ahead and detonate a mine under our feet. All in the name of science. I don't know if it would be a good idea to do it inside Megaton. There's a chance that it could hurt people, which would make everybody attack us. But let's go ahead and try that anyways. Let's go to the front where there really isn't anybody except, by the way, fun fact, there's a dude up there. Can we see him? Can we go into VATS? Let's see if we can get a good look at him. There we go. His name's Stockholm. I don't think he has any dialogue. I don't think there's any way to talk to him without console commands. This is on the console, so we don't have access to cheats and all that stuff. But, alright, let's go ahead and save in case this does not work. And now, let's go ahead and equip the mines on down here, and then go ahead and take one out and lay it down. And I think you can't really do it unless you shoot it yourself. So, yeah, you can't activate it unless you shoot it, I think, if it's one that you place. So let's go ahead and shoot it. Okay, good. Alright, so now our right leg and our right arm is crippled, or our left leg and our left arm, I guess. And we could just drop off to get below 50% health, but let's go ahead and use another mine, just see if that does the trick. So we'll place that there. Bet you guys never saw this coming, for those of you that don't know anything about Fallout 3. Us blowing ourselves up with mines. Okay. And that should be below 50% health, I think. We should see a quest notifier in the top left in a second here. If it is, it looks below 50%. It actually might just be on the cusp, which kind of sucks, but the only thing we have to do for that is to just go like this, and fall damage. No. Too high. Yeah, you'll notice... there was no fall damage. Oh yeah, there definitely was an Oblivion. But this one is pretty lenient, especially for like a wasteland, post-apocalyptic survival thing where people are probably going to be weaker than they normally are. It's funny. Let's see. This should do the trick. Let's go ahead and jump off this. And fall damage. And we die. Are you alright, I'm going to go ahead and do all that stuff again, and we'll continue on with this quest. Okay, there we go. We have a crippled, well, we have actually 2 crippled limbs, and we are now below 50% health. And if you'll notice, if we go into third person, it gives you a different animation whenever you have a crippled limb. You can see him walking around like a cripple, which I guess I technically am. So that is that part of this quest. Let's go ahead and turn it in. And then the other 2 are pretty tricky. They're not nearly as easy as this was. I think every chapter is like a free one.
How's it going out there in the wastes?
Let's talk about this serious injury.
Well, how do you feel?
Okay, this really hurts, you know.
Oh, I know it does, dear, but it's for a good cause. Try not to squirm so much while I take notes. Now, how would you describe the pain you're feeling? Any advice for how to keep it from being overwhelming? And remember, this is for posterity.
Pain's an abstract. I stay focused on the definable things like survival. Despite my glossary of expletives, nothing properly sums up this pain. Let's go with that option.
You? At a loss for words? Oh, it's worse than I thought. Luckily, I'm here to patch you up. Now hold still and quit fidgeting.
I always did like how, even though
how
she
can you be walking around like this,
she makes you do all these crazy things, she still fixes you up right afterwards, so you don't have to use your
okay. I even stitched
things.
A little smiley face in you to keep up your spirits. It's kind of hard to see from your side, though. Here, take this environment suit of mine. It will help with medical tasks, and it should help prevent the effects of exposure, too.
Alright, so we've been given 2 Med-X's and an environment suit. I believe the environment suit isn't unique, but it does give you rad resistance, which will come in handy whenever we have to go through rat-infested areas. I'm ready for more research on the second chapter.
There's a sort of mole rat repellent I've developed. I needed to be tested on a few mole rats before I can say it's a success. There's a lot we don't know about Mirelurks and how intelligent and dangerous they are. That definitely deserves research. And that should be it for the second chapter. Which do you want to check out?
Let's go ahead with the Mirelurks, because this one's pretty fun.
Mirelurks are a big threat in some areas, and knowing more about them can help people learn to avoid or even outsmart them. So I picked up this observer device to study them in their natural habitat. I need you to hide one in one of the spawning pods in their lairs.
Alright, I'll try.
That's great. I recommend the nest at the Anchorage War Memorial. I knew a trader who talked about the Mirelurks down there. Just go inside and find one of their spawning pods, probably down near the water. Put this observer inside and get out quietly. And be sure not to kill any Mirelurks inside their nest. If you do, it could ruin the validity of the study.
It would also ruin the validity of our health because we'd most likely die given the level that we are. Okay, so our mission right now is to go to a Mirelurk nest. And if you remember, I believe it was the last episode, or it might have been the episode before that, where we had to fight 2 Mirelurks, and they were very tough. And so a nest of them is obviously going to be very hazardous. Let's see, and our optional objective is to not kill any of them, which is fine. And you know why it's fine? Because we have a stealth boy, which we picked up from the hollowed out rock. We can activate that, and I think we don't even have to go into sneak because it makes us completely invisible. Stealth boys are very valuable, and I think they're sold for like 500 caps each, which is quite a lot considering we only have like 600 at the moment. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and take this quest marker off. So now we have the actual quest marker, and I will make my way over to, what was it, the Anchorage Memorial or something. And yeah, and then we'll try to place this observer in the Mirelurk lair. Alright, so we should be pretty close. One thing to worry about is whenever you go into water like this, especially since we're right next to a Mirelurk lair, there's a chance that there will be Mirelurks inside that will swim out and try and kill you. And that's a very bad situation because I don't even think you can shoot in Fallout 3, unlike in Oblivion where you can fight in the water. I think in Oblivion, or in Fallout 3, you can't at all. So we have caution right here, but I'm not seeing any red blips. But this is the entrance to the Anchorage Memorial facility. Let's go ahead and save. There we go, and we're going to use the stealth boy at the first sign of any enemy because, again, our optional objective is to not kill any Mirelurks. And I remember at one point, like a couple times, when I didn't have a stealth boy or anything, I would just walk in here, run all the way down to the thing, and place it in and just run out, and all the Mirelurks were trying to kill me. So we can do it that way. We probably don't even have to use a stealth boy, but we have it, might as well use it. So let's go ahead and use it now, and then just see if we could run through it. So it's going to be an aid and stealth boy. Sneak plus 100, stealth field plus 75. And you'll notice now we are invisible, and I think we don't even have to be in sneak. Or not. Does he see me? Oh, he sees me. Okay, well, change of plans. We're just going to run through the thing and hopefully not kill anybody. If I remember right, there's like a clutch of eggs at the bottom of some central. It's this place right here. Okay, so there should be. Yes, there we go. Let's head to these eggs. The observer can easily be hidden in a mass of eggs. Hide the observation device inside. Okay, so that's done. Now we just need to get out with our life. And we're still stealth, but it doesn't really matter. You can see even if we go into sneak, they still are notified of where we are. So, we just wasted a stealth boy, but whatever. Ow! Don't claw me, please. That hurts. Okay, let's go back out this way. I think that was the door that we came in through. Hopefully it was. Should be... Or was it? Yes, I think it was because we came in through here. Sorry about your eggs, guys. Don't worry. It's just for observation. You know, one thing I never thought of was, like, how is she even going to get that thing back? Because she never asks us to go get it back. So, I don't know what the point of that is. Maybe she has something that relays the signal. I have no clue. Anyways, we're going to head back to Megaton now, turn in this part of the quest, and then probably end the episode. And one thing I wanted to mention, I don't think I've seen anybody mention this before, but the reason I'm not using the radio, just FYI, because the radio in Fallout 3 has a lot of good songs, and it's really nice, and the soundtrack is really, really well done. The reason I can't do it, though, however, is because of copyright issues and YouTube, so that's why I won't be using the radio in this playthrough. But normally, I would be using the radio because it is a very cool feature of Let's Play 3, or Fallout 3. And I remember I told my friend who loves this game as well that I never used the radio, like, after the first 2 times of playing through the game, and he was like, what? You never use the radio? I always use the radio. And then I tried it one playthrough, and I was like, wow, how did I never use the radio? There's even a quest that involves a unique radio station that's actually, well, I'm not going to talk about it, but it's very cool, and we might get there someday. Okay, back into the crater side supply. There is Moira Brown. Hello.
So, are they intelligent? Do they have a leader? Some sort of king? Or priests? Or some sort of scaly community center?
Actually, they seem to just be giant monsters that want to kill me. Not really much more than that. I slipped the observer in with the eggs, and they're none the wiser.
I'll bet most people would have just gone in there, guns blazing without half a thought. But not you. You're the best research assistant ever. I've been getting a good signal, but what do you think about them from your first-hand observations of them?
Okay, so she does get a signal from that. They descended from local crabs. I call them Skyla, Serrata, Horrendous. They seem mostly independent. I don't think there's any sort of society there. Let's go with the charisma option.
Well, they certainly aren't making tea and having nice chats, obviously. But maybe you're right. Any social development is minor at best. Some of these observations about their armor and camouflage gave me an idea for reinforced neutral-colored headgear. Here, consider it thanks for not interfering with them. Oh, speaking of which, take these, so you can continue to avoid them in the future.
Okay, so 3 stealth boys, which is awesome, and a shady hat. I don't remember the shady hat. Okay, let's take a break from the research, but we will continue it in the next episode.
Don't take too long.
Let's see. Let's get out of this, and let's go ahead and take a look at all of our rewards really quickly. You guys already know what a stealth boy does, but we've also been given an environment suit, which is med +5, ride resistance +30. Apparel that has stats like that, med +5, is great because sometimes it'll let you get to the thresholds where you need to activate certain things. So that's really cool. And a shady hat, sneak +5, perception +1. That's actually going to be really good for our type of character. So great. Let's go ahead and take a look at our cool new hat, Stylin'. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode. My name is Grohlvana, and we will continue the Wasteland Survival Guide in the next one. Goodbye. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like and share it wherever you can. It really helps me grow my channel. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and click subscribe on your screen, and if you want to see the next video in this series, click watch another. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.